Yo, what's poppin' Pokepals? Rare TCG coming at you with a brand new video. Today we are taking a look at Whimsicott EX, which has one attack called Energy Gift. For 1 grass energy, you can search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, and then you shuffle your deck. Its second attack, Wondrous Cotton. You do 50 damage for every trainer card you find in your opponent's hand. So this is kind of like a late game attack, the Wondrous Cotton, but the main thing we want to look at here is the Energy Gift, because with Energy Gift, we allow ourselves to energize none other than the one and only Ogerpon EX. We all know what Ogerpon EX does. It's a very common EX card. It has the Myriad Leaf Shower, which does 30 damage, but it does 30 more damage for every grass energy attached to this Pokemon, as well as every energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you want to set this guy up using Whimsicott EX and just letting him roll. We have Latias EX to help us get free retreats on our Ogerpons, and of course we have Fezandipiti EX to help us draw in case any of our Pokemon go down. We play 1 copy of the little clown card here, the Harlequin, which each player shuffles their hand to their deck and then flips a coin. If heads, you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 3 cards. If tails, you draw 3 cards and your opponent draws 5. So the reason why I play this card is because if I happen to flip tails, which I most likely will because that's just my luck, my opponent gets 5 new cards, and that allows us to use Whimsicott's attack for a little more damage. We also play Judge, trying to shuffle our opponent's hand all around and trying to get through our own deck. We play Iono to also shuffle our opponent's hand, because once they see Whimsicott in the active, they get all, oh, well, they're going to look at my trainer cards, so let me play all my cards right now. And you just want to kind of have their hand full so you can use Whimsicott's second attack. We play 4 copies of Bug Catching Set, since we're playing so many grass types, to help us get those energies and those grass Pokemon in action. We play 3 copies of TM Evo because we want to get Whimsicott out as soon as possible. And of course, we also have Max Ride. This allows us to get energy and Pokemon into our hand when they are knocked out. We play 11, yes, 11 grass energies for this deck. And I mean, that's pretty much it. You just want to build up Ogerpon as much as possible and just let them roll. This is just an Ogerpon deck at the end of the day. So let's go see it in action. All right, here we are in game 1. Already taking a mulligan. Jeez Louise. Oh, okay, we got a Cottonee, nice, but we don't have a Ogerpon in play, which isn't great. We do have a Judge, though, so that should be helpful. And my opponent also takes a mulligan. What is that? Milotic EX. Oh, this prevents Terra Pokemon. Damn. Okay, so looks like we're going to have to rely on Whimsicott this gameplay, because Ogerpon cannot touch Milotic. It looks like my opponent is playing a stall deck. Great. Just what I want to run into. I never understood the appeal of a stall deck. I find them to be annoying. I mean, yeah, that's the point of them, but like, how lame do you gotta be to play a stall deck? Oh, yeah, and here's Ogerpon with Cornerstone Ogerpon. So let's get Latias. Do I want Latias? Nah, I think we'll just stick with another Ogerpon. I think 2 Ogerpons will be fine. And then let's get another Cottonee, just to thin a little bit. And we're going to end our turn. So my main goal right now, because we are definitely playing a stall deck. Oh, excuse me, I got to stretch. My main goal right now is I want to get Whimsicott in play, and I'm pretty sure this Ogerpon is weak to grass. He is weak to grass. Good. So we can definitely get ourselves going with Whimsicott. Now, the day that I'm recording this, Mega Malamar was just announced this morning, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not a fan. I haven't been a fan of a lot of the ZA Megas, and oh, thank you, they're going to Iono us. Thank you. And Mega Malamar was just, oof. It was not it. Not a fan at all. I understand, like, the concept of why they were hyping it up. Like, it was supposed to be like, oh, Mega Malamar's hypnotic powers are so hypnotic that they hypnotize the whole Pokemon company, and they love Malamar now, like this and that. Like, I get it. I understand the concept, but if you're gonna hype up a Pokemon like that, at least make it look good. And it's just so ugly. It's way too thin is the problem. That's my biggest issue with it. It's too thin. It looks like a ballpoint pen, essentially. That's what I see when I look at Mega Malamar. It's a ballpoint pen. A hypnotic ballpoint pen. So, those are my thoughts. I just feel like the ZA Megas they're missing so hard. Like, you have such iconic Megas from X and Y. Mega Charizard X, Abomasnow, Camerupt, Ampharos, Heracross, heck, even Pidgeot is a good Mega. But then you get these ZA Megas, and it's like, what the heck are we doing here, Game Freak? Like, you guys are missing so hard. And I saw on YouTube and Twitter, like, I saw all these posts about this guy who supposedly knows all of the Megas back in, like, May of this year. And everything that he's said so far about the Megas has come to fruition. And if that's true, like, the rest of them are true, what he's saying, I'm sorry to say it, guys, but do not get your hopes up for any of the other Megas that are coming out, because the way he described them, they do not look appealing at all. They look just as bland and boring as the Megas that we've seen thus far. So, do not get your hopes and dreams up for any of the other Megas coming out. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm really disappointed by it. I feel like we've been bamboozled because we've waited all these years for Megas to come back, and they finally made their grand return, and they're just missing. All right, let's see how much damage we do Whimsicott right now. Wow, that's a lot of trainer cards. That's 500 damage thanks to weakness. So we hit for 250. Thank you very much. We will take that. I also haven't been recording because I've been playing, you know, by myself on my phone, which is usually how I play PTCGL, and on my tablet, and I've been on such a losing streak. Like, seriously, guys, you don't understand how many losses I've gotten. I understand, like, you know, I play test like the most obscure decks you'll ever see, but at some point, even I'm just like, come on, man, like, I gotta get at least one win. I've been trying to record since yesterday, and what happened was I was recording a Conkeldurr video for a Conkeldurr deck I was working on, and I lost 8 times in a row, and I was just like, oh my god. And the only time I actually won was because my opponent decked out. It wasn't even because of my own doing. So I was like, I can't showcase this deck. Maybe if I work on it a little more, but I've just been on such a losing streak lately. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm so high up on the ladder, and everybody's a sweaty tryhard trying to get into Arceus Frank. Like, I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, I gotta produce content for you guys, because I don't want to just post what every other YouTuber is posting. I don't want to do, like, the, you know, the main decks that everybody plays online. Like, oh, you know, Azul GG he's, like, perfecting Dragapult and perfecting this deck and that deck. And, yeah, that's great and all, but, like, it's the same decks you see from the same people, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to come up with, like, the most unique decks, and it's really hard to start winning based on where I am in the ladder. So that's why I'm really excited about Mega Evolutions coming to TCG again, because it's a brand new set, brand new cards to look at, so you won't see the same things over and over. So I am excited about Megas coming back in that regard. Alright, so my opponent is getting their Girafarig set up, but it doesn't look like they have the means to get what's Girafarig's? Farigiraf? I think, yeah, Farigiraf. They don't seem to have the means to get Farigiraf out, so that's good. I think what I want to do is I kind of want to sack off one of my Ogerpons by using it to attack Girafarig right now. That seems to be my game plan right now, because I don't want to lose Whimsicott because his second attack is just too good right now. So I'll let my opponent do what they got to do. And then, what are they going to do here? Cybolt. Flip a coin if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. Ooh, that's not good. We don't want that. So, once they attack us with Cybolt, we are going to hope and pray that they get Tails. if they decide to attack anytime soon. I mean, they got 4 cards in their hand. Thank you. Jeez Louise. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm versing an opponent and they get heads. Is when they take forever. It's like, you have nothing left to do, my guy. Just like use your attack and end my turn. End my suffering already. You know? Alright, so. I'm gonna Teal Dance again. And I think what I want... Oh, okay, that works. Let's get that set up there. I don't want to Iono just yet. I think I'm just going to get this and that. Hopefully we can get ourselves some more Whimsicotts. No, but we do get another Cottonee, so I'll take that for thinning purposes. And do we have anything in the town store? I don't think I play any... Oh, evolutions, duh. Alright, so we'll take those. And I think we'll just end our turn. I ideally want to keep them at a 6 prizer. That way Iono does the most for us. But it's going to be tough to keep flipping heads with Sidebolt. So my opponents need to be taking a hot minute to make their turn. So I'm going to mute myself and let them do their thing. And I'll be back when it's my turn. Okay, here we go. Flipping the coin, tails. Good, nice. That took so long. I can't even front with you guys. Like, look, my opponent's timer is down to 13 minutes. That's how long it took them to make a move here. Just to give you guys an idea of how long I've been sitting here. Like, I've just been scrolling through Twitter waiting for my opponent to make a move. Seriously. Okay, so let's use that. Use that. I'm going to retreat into Ogerpon. And thanks to Latias, I have free retreat next turn. But I'm just going to take this Giraffe Rig out before it has a chance to evolve. Getting rid of this A-Spec. And keeping Cottonee nice and safe. So, on my next turn, what I'd like to do is, depending on who they bring up. They're probably going to bring up feedback, yeah. Because they're probably going to evolve into Milotic and then prevent me from attacking them with Milotic's ability. Because Ogerpon is a Terror Pokemon. So what I'm going to do, ideally, is retreat into Whimsicott, and hopefully with this 7-card hand, they have a bunch of trainer cards that we can use to our advantage. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to look at my opponent's hand before using Whimsicott's attack, so that's a little bit of a shame. But if I did, I would have seen if they had enough trainer cards, and then if not, then I would have used Energy Gift to accelerate energy onto this Ogerpon on the bench. So that's pretty much like what the deck wants to do. You just want to load up an Ogerpon with a bunch of energy, and then like it just hits like a truck. And with how many Pokemon are weak to grass in the format right now, it works out. And this is exactly what I was talking about, guys. Like, my opponent had nothing to do, and yet they just sat there and just wasted my time. So you know what? I'm going to just swing and show them how fast you can play the game. Unfortunately, this is how my losing streak is going to end, with an opponent who doesn't seem to have a good connection or has a good hand, and they're just kind of like wasting my time. So, I mean, listen, I'll take a win. It's good for my morale, but it's not a really good showcase of the deck that I'm trying to show you guys. So we are definitely going to go into another match after this one. All right, my opponent had nothing to do, and they just passed it to me, and we're going to finish this match. Okay, we are definitely going to go into a second game, because this was not a great showing of the Whimsicott and Ogerpon combination. So on to the next match we go. All right, here we are in game 2, starting things off strong with the Cottonee in our hand. Not a bad start. And we got a Nest Ball for an Ogerpon. Very nice. We are going second, so we can TM Evo into a Whimsicott on our first turn. So we can use the Buddy-Buddy Poffin to get ourselves a Cottonee on the bench, power up this little Cottonee on the active position, and get things rolling. Now, we are going up against a Gholdengo deck, so they do resist grass, so we do need to keep that in mind when doing damage calcs. And also, Gholdengo doesn't play a lot of energy, so that's not going to help power up our Ogerpon's attack. However, Gholdengo decks do play a bunch of trainer cards, so that will power up our Whimsicott. So maybe this Whimsicott Ogerpon deck will actually prevail and actually get me out of my losing streak. Let's go. Alright, my opponent is not going to get anything with the Buddy-Buddy. Okay, I think I know what happened here. Yeah. Yep, I know exactly what happened. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude. PTCGL has this glitch where when you play Buddy-Buddy Poffin, sometimes it just doesn't work. You just can't get your Pokemon. And I think that's what happened there. My opponent went to play Buddy-Buddy Poffin to get themselves the Gimme Ghoul, and it just failed because that's PTCGL for you. And they were just unfortunate. So they had to waste their Nest Ball on a Gimme Ghoul, which I know they did not want to do. So, or what they did was they used the Buddy-Buddy Poffin to search their deck for what they prized and whatnot. So that also could have been a possibility. But see, like this exactly. I want to get Ogerpon and I can't because PTCGL is just being PTCGL. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get Latias and get myself free retreat. And while I'm at it, I'll get myself another Cottonee. I'll attach this energy and I'll evolve both of my... Actually, you know what? We won't. We're going to do this instead. We're going to Iono. And I got one Whimsicott, but that doesn't help me. I also get Fezandipiti. We'll take that. So let's just TM Evo into these two Cottonees and get myself two Whimsicott. So both my opponent and I both got screwed by PTCGL glitches with Nest Balling and Buddy-Buddy Poffining. So it is what it is. But, you know, in the end, we still got our two Whimsicotts in play, so that's good. If my opponent wasn't so aggressive, like if they were having a hard time setting up, but thanks to Genesect EX, Gimme Ghoul and Goldango decks are a lot more consistent. If they weren't struggling, what I would have done was I would have put Whimsicott in the active. I would have used Arven to get myself a Nest Ball. Hopefully it would have worked this time for Ogerpon, and then I would have used the energy gift to accelerate some energy to my Ogerpon on the bench, and I could have Teal Mask to get this energy in my hand onto the Ogerpon, giving it 4 energy straight off the bat. That's pretty much what you want to do with this deck, but unfortunately, my opponent has a very strong lead right now, so I am unable to do that. And it looks like they're trying to Artisan, and once again, the PTCGL is just not going in their favor, so I don't know what is up with PTCGL right now, but getting basics into play just does not seem to be working. Oh, never mind. Or they could just get themselves a Togepi. Maybe they were just thinking to themselves, which one do I want to get? Okay, Genesect EX is going to get them 2 Goldangos, which is not great for us. Great in the sense that we'll be able to use Fezandipiti, assuming that they don't boss up our Fez right now. But look how many cards they have in their hand. They have to have a bunch of trainer cards. And that's actually why I'm excited to go up against Goldango, despite the resistance to grass, because they play a buttload of trainer cards. I'm surprised they didn't get another Goldango. Did they prize all their Goldangos? Did I miss something? They used Genesect. No, they got both Goldangos, so why didn't they play the other one? Interesting. Okay, I'm very confused right now. Oh, they just wanted a double coin bonus. But didn't they attach their energy this turn? Or was that last turn they attached energy? No, they attached the energy last turn. Okay, yeah, they did. Okay, so they can still attach energy. I was gonna say. Alright, so they got themselves an air balloon. No, they don't have the energy! Wow! They just... I don't know what happened. Okay. You shuffle. Each player shuffles their hand to their deck and draws 4 cards. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that and mess them up because they just used the Cypher Maniac, so we're gonna mess them up with that. There we go. Nice. And now, because my opponent is having difficulty setting up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just energy gift onto my Ogerpon and really show you guys what this deck is capable of. And now with one Ogerpon on the bench like this, I could start using my... Oh, my chair is very squeaky. I don't know if that's coming through on the mic, but my chair's squeaking. Don't worry, I'm not farting. Just want to put that out there. But now what I want to do is, because this Ogerpon has all this energy, I can start Teal dancing it every turn, and I don't have to waste an energy attachment. I could still attach to this Whimsicott on my next turn. And also, thankfully, this Whimsicott is not weak to steel like most fairies are. It does take its grass priority and is weak to fire, so we don't have to worry about Goldango hitting us for weakness, which is also great. Alright, my opponent is doing Goldango things. Let's see, they're going to Cypher Maniac once again. And they have not used their coin bonus on this Goldango, so they can get any 2 cards that they want with that combination. And it's a very strong combination that Goldango has access to. They are going to get Togekiss though. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, I know that Goldango decks are playing Togekiss again. That used to be a niche thing, but they are back to playing it like it's a regular thing. So right now we're hitting for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we're hitting for 120 right now. And they're going to flip a coin. Hopefully it's tails. Thank God. Okay. We definitely want to get this Togekiss out of the game, because I do not want to deal with that. Do I want to promote Ogerpon? I think I am going to... 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, we're hitting for 150. So that's enough to take out Togekiss, and I don't have to worry about... let's take out this Togekiss, because I don't want that. I really don't. And we're hitting for 150. Yes, sir. We can Fezandipiti. Hopefully getting ourselves another Grass Energy. We don't, but we do get another boss, so that's good. So if we want to work around this Goldango issue, we totally can. But let's take out this Togekiss, because he is my biggest threat right now. I do not need him flipping any heads right now. As far as I know, most Goldango decks only play 1 copy of Togekiss and 1 copy of Rare Candy, so hopefully with that being said, I've just completely locked them out of Togekiss access. So hopefully that is the case. With Latias, we can get free retreat, so we don't have to worry about that. The problem becomes if whether... Oh, they got Fezandipiti, yeah. If whether or not... No, they definitely have the energy. I was going to say if they have the energy or not, but they most certainly have the energy. And if they play Levincia as another stadium card, then they definitely have the energy. They have 10 cards in their hand, though. And a superior energy retrieval. They're probably going to get rid of... Yeah, they're definitely going to start getting rid of trainer cards because they know Whimsicott's coming. That is a definite. So, we can judge them here. I know that sounds crazy, judging my opponent, but I do want to ideally get all these energy cards out of their hand, and they have a bunch of energy cards in their hand, which I'm not a fan of. They have 16 cards in their hand. They definitely have a bunch of trainers. So this does 5, 10, 15, 20. So they have to get rid of 5 energies. That's still going to leave them with 11 cards in their hands. Yep. I don't know. This might just be a losing matchup. I don't know. We might have to go into a game 3. I didn't want to do a game 3 today because I'm kind of running late, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I might have to. Alright, let's get ourselves Ogerpon. Let's get... Wait, that's not prize. Good. Let's do this. Let's get ourselves Ogerpon. Energy, 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 energy. Okay. Nice. And the good thing about this combination is it allows us to look through our entire deck essentially, because we're constantly drawing, we're constantly looking at cards. So we have a great way to look at our deck. And look at that. Look how many cards we have. Unfortunately, I can't Iono because I did use Arven this turn, but I would have liked to have Iono'd and gotten them down to. But we can do potentially 620 damage. Yeah, we're definitely getting this thing out of here. 470 damage. That's the power of Whimsicott. So you have 2 very strong attacking Pokemon. The problem is this Goldango deck just got set up way too easily, way too quickly. And that unfortunately led to our downfall. They have pretty much anything that they want. I saw that they had a boss in their hand. They have a counter catcher in their hand. They have the superior energy retrieval. Yeah. So with that, they could do 200 damage plus the energy that they already have in their hand. They are absolutely going to just hit enough to knock out this Whimsicott, and that's going to be GG's for us. They're going to make it rain. Getting rid of all their energy just to flex. 300 damage. Yep. And that's going to be the end. Alright, let's go into a game 3 and see how that goes. All right, here we are, game 3, last game of the day, win or lose. We are starting things off with the Latias, unfortunately, but we do have a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, which will allow us to get 2 Cottonees, and it looks like we are going up against Cynthia, which is great for us because Cynthia and her Pokemon are weak to grass. So that's good for us. We get 2 Whimsicotts, and that's all I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this time to power up 1 Whimsicott and call it a day. And hopefully we can just donk my opponent. If they can't get another Pokemon in the active, we just win. Because Gibble is weak to... Oh, that stinks. Well, actually, does that really affect Latias EX? Retreat costs a basic 9. If it does, that's gonna stink. But oh wow, okay, maybe we have to go into a 4th game. Does that actually prevent me from attacking, from retreating? Let's see. No, it does not. Okay, well, I think we just win. They just need 1 in their hand. They have 2 in their hand. Oh, 1. Okay, 1 in their hand. That was it. Okay, cool. All right, I guess we're going to a game 4 then, because that match was exactly 1 minute and 20 seconds. So let's go into a game 4. Here we go, last match of the day, win or lose. My opponent and I both had to take a mulligan, and I didn't get a chance to see what my opponent was playing because I clicked too many times. But hopefully it is something that doesn't get donked and actually showcases this deck. We are playing second though this time around, so that's not terrible. I'm not upset with that because we could finally use the TM Evo strategy. So, oh, I see a Badoo. Thankfully, we are going second, and they are not going second, because if they were going second, they could very easily itchy pollen us and prevent us from doing our whole little setup going on right now. So, oh, it is freaking, oh, Crustle. God, another stall deck? Really? All right, it's another stall deck. Hopefully, they don't have Crustle in their hand, although knowing my luck, they will, so... Crustle prevents all damage, right? Because I was going to say, if it's not all damage, then we could just power up Fezandipiti and get him rolling, but I think it's all damage. Let's use this, see what we get. Another Cottonee, another Energy. Let's use this. A Whimsicott and a Whimsicott. I don't really want those, though. Because I want to use the TM Evo to get my Whimsicotts, because if I don't, then we're gonna have an issue. Let's get another TM Evo. Let's attach an Energy. Let's attach the TM Evo, thank you. We only play EXs in this deck, so yeah, this is not good for me. But let's just see what this goes. Hopefully, if we can get... Oh, day late and a dollar short. If they don't have Crustle, that's a good thing, because then we could just boss up the Dwebble and take it out before it becomes an active threat. So hopefully, by the grace of God, they don't have a Crustle in their hand, or a means of getting Crustle, like an Ultra Ball or something. Maybe they'll just want to itchy pollen us, and nope, they got the Ultra Ball. God bless. It's every time, man, I'm telling you. The one thing that counters this deck is this stupid card. I gotta see, like, if there's a grass type I could add to this deck and maybe, like, get rid of EXs from the deck. Let's see. We get a Judge, we get nothing of particular use. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks when your opponent's Pokemon EX. Yeah, so Fezandipiti isn't even gonna work here. I think that's just gonna... Oh, wait, hold on. We got Yanmega. Hold on. Because we can work around this Crustle. We can absolutely work around the Crustle. I thought it was just Crustle, but if they're gonna play Yanmega EX, where there's a will, there's a way, folks. We might have game in hand if they play anything other than this stupid Crustle. Okay, they're gonna itchy pollen us, which I am okay with. I'm just going to... What do I want to do here? I got an Energy. Good. That's exactly what I needed. And I think I'm just going to Iono. Let's get them 6 cards instead of 5. That way Whimsicott can hit for as much damage as possible. And we get another Ogerpon. We get Latias, which is good. That allows our Ogerpons to retreat for free. We can start loading up this Ogerpon. Oh, we finally got that little guy. I don't think I've had a chance to use him, so that's good. Let's retreat. Go into here. And hopefully they have at least 1 trainer in their hand. They do. Nice, 150. Very good. Now, Crustle does how much? 120? Yeah, this attack isn't affected by effects of your opponent's book. Okay. So 120 we're going to have to deal with. We do have the boss, and I saw that they had Yanmega in their hands, so hopefully they'll want to evolve into Yanmega. Yep. There's their incentive. Now, Yanmega, once during your turn when this Pokemon moves from the bench. Yeah. So if he can get the Yanmega into the active, he can move all that energy off of the Crustle and make some moves. He is going to Arven. That'll get him a trainer card and a tool card, or an item and a tool, both of which are trainer cards. So that's good. But they're both things that he's just going to attach right now. Yeah, okay, that's not good. The Bug Catching Set will get them a Pokemon and or an energy. Neither of those are going to be useful with my Whimsicott, so that does me no good. Unfortunately, yeah, this Pokemon can't attack. This attack just started. Yeah, so we have nothing against this Crustle, so this might be yet another loss, unfortunately. I gotta see what basic Pokemon I can add to this deck that is not an EX that does a buttload of damage and can get powered up by Whimsicott. So we will have to see. I am gonna boss up the Yanmega though. That is for sure. He has a retreat cost of 1. Okay. Well, hopefully, you know what? Let's just Teal Mask here. Hopefully get another energy. Nope, we get another Fez. Alright, let's... He has to have literally all... Yeah, there's no way he has all trainer cards in his hand, so there's no way we're going to hit for the full damage, but let's just see. Okay, he has 2 trainer cards, so... And he has the energy, so that'll allow him to retreat. And that's going to take out Whimsicott, unfortunately. Ah, bummer. Yeah, this is just a losing matchup. I'm going to save myself and you guys the time and effort. Let's just call it a day. Alright, that's going to do it for my Whimsicott and Ogerpon EX deck. Not a great showing. I mean, we had some phenomenal play. We had some unphenomenal play. But, I mean, like I said in the video, I've been on such a losing streak. I've been playtesting a bunch of decks. I got this Conkeldurr deck I've been trying out. This Malamar deck because of all the hype around Mega Malamar coming out. It's all terrible. It's all terrible. I even tried this deck, which has nothing but baby Pokemon, only for me to find out that mine Junior, my opponent could pick any attack from any of their Pokemon, which really bites mine Junior in the rear end. If they only chose from their active Pokemon, that would have been so much better, but unfortunately they don't. So my baby deck does not work out the way that I wanted it to. I mean, you've seen a couple of these decks. I'm thought about using this Dondozo deck, but, you know, I'm playtesting still. I'm trying. My rank is slowly depreciating. Like, I'm like in and out of Ogerpon and Giratina rank. That's like where I am right now because of all the losses I've been doing trying to get decks for you guys. But try the Whimsicott deck out for yourself. Hopefully you won't run into any stall decks like I did. Hopefully you guys get better showings than I did. And let me know what you fix about the deck because there is definitely room for improvement, especially with the fact that you can't hit anything that has like the safeguard ability like Mimikyu or Crustle, as you saw in that last match. If you want to like not rely so heavily on Whimsicott, you could take out the Judges and the Harlequin, but that's just me. I thought the Whimsicott's second attack was a very powerful late game attack where you just kind of let your opponent just like load up their hand with a bunch of trainer cards and yeah, but it is what it is. But I think it did all right for today's showing. We got a couple wins under our belt, and I mean, I can't really complain. So this has been your boy, Rare TCG, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!